All right, here we have an issue of BAM Magazine, April 92. Doing it at sunset or near it. Spinal Tap is on the cover. I'm going to show you the whole issue, every page. That's right. My name is Keith Kessinger. I was in Spinal Tap. And Imaginable Peace, Dirty Tricks, The X Idols, and S is for Space. And Spinal Tap. And I have this phone now, and I've had it for a couple years, where you can actually read everything this time. So the old magazines I did several years back of the Dirty Tricks and Imaginable Peace issues, and I have a box of these now, magazines that is, various. And I'm gonna film them all. And just pause it so you can read it. So I don't have to slow down because I know you're gonna pause it if you're on that page. I do this so that the bands will know what issue they're in, because I'm always like, what issue? I want to get this off of eBay, but I don't know what issue I'm in, so I'm not just gonna go around buying random magazines for 20 bucks, 15 bucks a pop, or whatever it is. And the old ads. Alright, so that was the directory. Wayne's World. This is how old this is, first of all. So it gives you a shot back at the era that we were a part of, or grew up in. Nirvana, marriage. So Nirvana was just, they were out for about a year now at that point, I guess. Okay. It's windy outside a little bit, but I came outside because it would stop being windy, but it was very windy today. So now I'm gonna slow down for all the local band ones, because I only care about myself, local bands. I don't give a shit about Guns N' Roses but I'll show the whole page of those, and I'll slow down so you could read it, or make it so it's clear. But for me, it's always about the local bands, more interesting. When I was looking at these bands when I was a kid, those are the ones I wanted to see anyways, because I already knew all about the bands that get talked about all the time. No shit. Okay, newsreel. Oh, keep this hand over here. You go like that so you can see it closer. Oh wait. And just like I said, pause it if you want to see local tidbits. I see Radio Free Europe. That was one of my favorite band names, by the way. Whenever I think of band names, I always go, something that sounds epic, like Radio Free Europe. Which I found out later was an REM song. I didn't even know that. Never ever knew that. If you named your song Beautiful Girls, I would have known who that was by. Molten Metal, so I remember this. And so there you go, you can read all that, and this. And there you go, look at that, what a bargain. And if you look at the prices of these shows, they're like $5, $10, $3 for the Whiskey No Postage. It's like ridiculous, it's basically free. And somehow the music equipment is the same price as it is now. So I paid $70 for a Boss pedal, or $100 for still that. It's the same pedal too. I was in Guitar Center, I couldn't believe it. I don't go to the store that much. There you go. There you go. Early computers, right? Wow, I don't even think I noticed that. Because computers was not a thing that we dealt with. Unless you're in the military. There you go. Well, this is just instruments. You probably don't want to see that too much. But I think I'll do these pages like that, wider, since they're ads and stuff like that. And I guess you guys could zoom in with your fingers. How about that? Paul Revere. What That seems familiar from Jimmy. Cassettes, making cassettes, which we did. All right. Spinal Tap, Love Hate. Tim Kelly passed away. There you go. I partied with blues once, way back in the 90s. I went to his house party. He was having some sort of party at his house. Alright, so our apartment, or whatever. Can't even remember. Spinal Tap. Let's see. I'll get that so you can read that. So Spinal Tap is one of the known bands. Let's go like this so you can actually read it. Bitch school. I flyered their gig in the parking lot when they were playing at the Palladium with Alice in Chains and Soundgarden, I believe, is what it was. And like one other band. I think it might have been Pearl Jam, I don't know. And they were all new bands. I guess they broke, but I'm not sure. Alice in Chains to me, though, already broke on KNAC, so as far as I was concerned, they broke. Because everyone liked them. And they weren't considered grunge or whatever until maybe around 92, yeah. But the first record, no. I just thought it was Guns N' Roses without the high-pitched screaming. More or less. All right, so this is what I wanted to zoom in on. Like I said, I'll isolate this and make a little YouTube short of this. DVS. Get it? 12 and counting. Return. See, I don't find these guys' demos on YouTube, but they could be. But if they aren't, and I make a short of this moment from this video, let me know, guys. If you send me a link to your song, if it's on YouTube. Long Hair Rocks. I remember thinking that was funny because there's a place that gives you a heavy metal haircut. Like, what? I'm from San Diego, so I just thought that was funny. And my friend would go, dude, I'm gonna get my hair cut at Long Hair Rocks one day. I'm telling you, I'm gonna go up to LA and do that. It's like 83, 85 or something. Our friend's older brother, Gus, Sug. And I went by the name Kid on the Sunset Strip when I was in Imagine World Peace, and that's actually from Gus. His nickname was Kid. And I remember girls would pull up to my friend Alfonso, is his older brother, and they would be like, "Hey, Kid," and they thought he was cool, and he was like dressed like Tommy Lee or something. It's just funny. The air conditions on. I didn't even realize that. So World War III, I want to actually say these names. Visitor, and show them. I was telling a stupid story. All right, so Bonehead. Boom. Bonehead, where's your demo, Bonehead? Rude Awakening. Now, I think I actually seen them have it. They have a demo. I might have it on my list already. I really should check. Vaudeville. And I've done videos on them. Desire. Greg, the guy from Desire, one of these guys gave me this magazine and the box of magazines that I have. When we did the jam, I did the Sunset Strip All-Star Jam at the Viper Room in October of 2024, a few months ago, and he was a part of it. He was one of them. Let's see. The vaudeville guys wrote in. Singer said he didn't like that band, and the bass player said he was proud of that band. I think they kick ass. I don't give a shit. What the band members think. I don't like my old band. I didn't ask you, cuz. Just because you're in the band doesn't mean you have good taste. Anymore. I like bands that I haven't heard. Swindling Eddies. Swirling Eddies headlining the Troubadour. Right. Bottom. Oh, let me say this. Bottoms up. Oh, wow. Zephyr. Zephyr. All right. We'll go with that. It must be. Although I realized I got some of the band names wrong in the last issue. I noticed the spelling when it was plain, and I was like, oh, that's actually a different alphabet than I thought. All right, well, this is just an ad. So there you go. See the prices? All right, MIDI drums. I actually still use drums like that, kind of. I don't think they're called MIDI drums, but electric drums. I guess they are MIDI drums. Oh, JV. Oh, I own a JV90 from this era. I got it in '94 with my Boogie Nights money, my first Boogie Nights money. I bought a keyboard. Ah, DePriest. Native DePriest, Temple of Silence. So he had a band called Temple of Silence. How well do you know your hair metal Sunset Strip bands? Did you know that Native DePriest had a band called Temple of Silence? Well, everybody who looked at this issue knows. So now what? All right. Spice. Oh, that's a Spice. Okay. Wait. Skip a page now. All right, there we go. And right off the bat, you got Dan Steele. Should that be the default pick for this video? Nah, that's pretty amazing, actually. Here's the bands. Take a hard look. No pun intended. Dan, calm down. Winter Kill. Okay, yeah. So there you go. I didn't really see any of the bands on that because Dan was distracting me. Cold Gin. So that's Tommy Thayer. I remember this. They used to play the Troubadour and stuff. So where's this at? Night Rock. Oh, I played there. So that's the dude that's in Kiss now, dressed like he was in Kiss in a tribute band, like that movie, you know, with Jeff Scott Soto and Ralph from Steel Panther, if you know what I mean. All right, White Eagle. Now I played a gig with them at Jezebel's with them when I was in Imagine World Peace. I really like the guitar player, and he passed away actually too. Now that I think about it. Someone told me that a long time ago. Yeah, or I think it was him. Yeah, I believe it was him. Yeah. Anyways, I liked White Eagle. All right, so One Eye Jacks. There you go. Den Child. Yeah. Mirror Image. I remember this. Trip. Is that twins or brothers? I mean, or a Photoshop thing. I'm not sure. All right, wait. Von West. Gangway. Gangway? Oh, is Gangway so it's Gangway. Von West. I almost did you wrong. Joshua Path. Black Rhino. That's a Polaroid, boys. That's what happens when you use the Polaroid. Your kids are gonna see this and go, Dad, why'd you use the Polaroid? Look at all these other guys who went to the mall and got the professional done. No, I'm kidding. They actually, there's like Hollywood photographers that did bands and stuff. I'm sure we all use the same people. Like Lex, for instance. How many photos are done by Lex here? Let me know. If you are in one of these bands and Lex did your photos, let me know, because that's like one of the people that did our Imagine World Peace photos, and she did like a lot of people. Famous bands, but also the local bands. All right. Hell on Wheel, Monk. Okay, there you go. Blues. There he is. His plaid guitar. Cool. What is this? There you go, so you could see it. Some old school shit right there. All right. cassettes. And actually, I'm doing my next recordings are 4-track. I busted out the old 4-track, and it actually sounds refreshing not using the computer stuff. I was like, wow, I really like this. And I was hearing some people use it on YouTube. The way it translated to YouTube, it made it sound like reel to reel compared to the computer. Like, actually, that sounds better to me. So my next recordings will be on the 4-track, and I'm being very careful, so to actually make them sound as good as possible because it is a 4-track. Psycho City. And there you go. Looks like a review. Psycho City. Get close in on them. Boom. Oh, the strings. Jack Bruce. There you go. Vintage guitars. They're very vintage now. This is 33 years ago. Oh, look at this. Little winners. There you go. Sammy Hagar. He is one of my favorite singers, I have to say. I always marvel at how he doesn't really lose his voice when he's young at all. How are you doing that? Incredible. Oh, there's Sammy and the Nuge. Fucking psycho, bro. Terrible Ted, bro. Alright. King's Horses, Expiracy. And I remember that, actually. Isopin. So who's this? Isopin. Oh, this is Isopin. There you go. So as you can see, I don't know and have heard every single band. People always think that, but as I'm looking through an issue, you could just tell that if I don't say nothing, then I don't know them. You know, I don't know their music anyways. I'm sure I've seen them in the ads, but that's it. So, but this is a documentary show that goes on, so it's not like some 2-hour documentary where they mention 3 Sunset Strip bands only, and then it's over, and you're like, that was not even in depth. You can't make a 2-hour in-depth documentary on the Sunset Strip. You would talk about, if you did talk about a lot of the bands, you'd talk about for what, a minute? What good is that? It's no good. What are they going to talk about? Like something stupid, like how many times did you get laid, you know, or something. You know it's going to be that. It's always that when they talk about the Sunset Strip. But I don't do that because I'm actually showing you the Hollywood in general and the Sunset Strip. And so if you want a non, Spinal Tap take on the Sunset Strip, that's what I do. I'm dicking around. Damn, dude, blues is everywhere in this issue. FM station, Jones Street. Okay, let's take a hard look at this because it does have pictures. Boom, Jones Street, Mirror. And I called Mirror last time, so they're Mirror. Heavy the World. I remember that band name. That's a cool band name. Monomore Opera. I won't read all these band names, just the one that has the name. It takes too long. Karma. There's Karma. Puss in Boots played that night. Wow. All girl band. Or I think it's an all girl band. I don't know if it's all girls, but I think it is. The Capitol Homeboys. There you go. Ask Alice. Oh, yeah. Stephen Todd Barnett. I didn't even know he was in this band. I had no. I'm watching these kind of bands, and then there's a professional music video they made, and I realized it's him. I play with him in Gary Finneran's from the X-Idols. I was in it. What's it called? Carnival of Lost Souls. Here's Roxanne, which became Boogie Nights. I think they have a rapper there. Extra. Some other person. Maybe, I don't know. Keyboard player, I suppose. But they're actually just a 4-piece. And that's what I would have been doing, the Boogie Nights and stuff like that. And even though I don't work for them and haven't worked for them for 25 years, I still do that. Me and the guitar player from Groove Lion, who, Joe Alfaro, who was in the Roxanne, before they were called Roxanne, they were called Toy Razor, and it was him on guitar. That's who I've been playing with. Mud Jr., boom. Kelly's Heroes. I've done a video on Kelly's Heroes. I think I did jammed on one of their riffs in a little YouTube video. Just to have odd content for my show. Some of them are guitar lesson videos, or drum videos, or an old story about the band videos, or an issue from a magazine video or book, or I'm at the show, or I'm playing the show, or something like that, with Blackboard or the jam, although I didn't put any of the video up from when I played with them at the last time with Tommy Black and Blackbird Jungle, with Tommy Black's Ringo Starr tribute band, Ringo's Car, which I'm gonna do the next one. So if Tommy, you're reading this, we talked about this last night. I want the fiddle. I want to play the fiddle on "Don't Pass Me By." Beatles. Yet, Dead, White, and Blue, Yesterday's Tears. Now those are some of my favorite bands right there. I Love You. Wow, look at this. Hardly Dangerous. I did a lesson video for theirs. I did a video for Dead, White, and Blue, and Yesterday's Tear. That's right. And believe me, all these bands are so diverse from each other. People don't even know what the Census Strip sound like. There's like this image, but if you actually look at my videos, you will know, because I will painstakingly. I've made hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of videos. I think there's like 700 videos or 800 videos. Let's see here. There you go. Oh wait, let me say the name of the band here. Well, that's Goldfingers. I played there a lot. Wow. Wait, most sophisticated clubs in America. What the hell is that? No, it's a little dive bar off of Yucca. The Goldfingers is what I'm talking about. And I played there in my band, Octopussy. We gotta play Goldfingers then. James Bond movies, by the way. Okay, so Misery. Wait. Misery, there you go. Very cool. I like the name of that band. I have a song called that, but it makes a good band name in that context. Let's see, who is this? Real People. Oh, they're called Real People. Let's get in here a little bit closer. Boom. So you can read this. That way you can actually read the whole issue, no excuses. And I look over these videos after I'm done and pause them and see if they do pause and are readable. So far, so good. Who is this? Oh, the Lush. That's Lush. Well, they're famous though, so I'm gonna. There's Lush. Okay, what's this? Motor Run with Donna, Bam's band consultant. Call me what the? All right, Donna. Now, like I said, I was a part of this scene. So what would be, you fly her on the weekends, and then you'd be bored. And I lived out in Whittier, actually, like 30 minutes outside of Hollywood. And so I'd be bored if I wasn't flying or having band practice, which we did Tuesdays or Thursdays, and so a lot of days I'm just sitting at home. And so a lot of us musicians are like that. On the days we're sitting at home, we're looking at these particular magazines like over and over and over. Imperial Butt Wizards. That always stands out to me, that band name. Imperial Butt Wizards. So there you go. You should be able to read the whole thing. Oh, the Nymphs. And the singer passed away the night of our jam. And our Tommy Black, the general manager of the Viper Room, he played with the Nymphs. He just mentioned that to me. We were talking about her. And I go, that was the night of that show. And he goes, that's because he played that show. He did the jam. He was in the Gutter Cats from this era. And a bunch of others, you know, Sparkler. He played with Scott Whelan in the Wildabouts. He's in the Wildabouts. Songwriting credits and everything, cuz. That's badass. Alright, so these guys need no introduction. Although I'm not recognizing the band in the middle, so I need an introduction. Who's the manager? Herbert. Oh, the Storm. That's the Storm. Okay. There you go. Anna Black. Someone just asked me about that. Oh, I know who that was. Okay. How come you don't do a video on Anna Black? Joey from Dirty Tricks. I was talking to him on the phone because that's actually one of the few people I actually talked to on the phone. All right, Tiger Bay. Dr. Shock. Mutiny. I said Anna Black, okay. And then right here. Lechen Gray. How about like that? Boom. Lechen Gray. That's a good looking logo. The blue, I like the blue on that page. All right, so. Is that Patti LaBelle? Yeah, Patti LaBelle. Wow. She's younger than me here. Chucky Wise. And if you know what I'm talking about. Pygmy Love Circus. See, these are the band names that stuck out in my head. Black Circus Stampede. Dead, White, and Blue. That's John Agawam. That's like my favorite guitar player out of all the guitar players. He's a singer guitar player in that band. Mind Over 4. I know who that is. I forget. Mind Over 4. Bordellos. Just by there. Okay, so Von West. This is where it gets fun too, the ads, because you'll see like the bands putting together their bands in here, like Tricks and whatnot. A whole bunch of bands. Imagine World Peace. I answered the ad from here. Or not from, I don't think it was from BAM. It was Rock City News. But you know what I mean. These kind of, because this is a local magazine. Although this is a California Bay Area magazine, it was also distributed down in LA. And I don't think San Diego, because I never saw this. And I'm from San Diego. But then again, I was a kid. So I'm going slow enough to where you could pause it. And like I said, I was looking at the other magazines. I did this not really realizing what I'm filming. I looked back and I saw a whole bunch of things that I was like, oh my God, look who's advertising for availability or a band member. It's like shocking, sort of. It's trippy. So look at these closely. These are very interesting. Cassettes in 7 days. Jump on that, guys. I wonder if the number works. I think it probably does. Look at this. Now, that's the dude. I believe that's... Oh my God. Is that... Couldn't be. I would say it's the dude from Pretty Boy Floyd, but it could be Mickey from Glamour Pons. They look similar at that time. All right, here you go. Let's get all of this. Yeah, I remember these, like the World Class Duplication. Like this is how we did it, you know. This is who we called to make our demos, and it's right out of these magazines. And BAM is one of them that we would be staring at constantly because it was free. And they're glorious, you know, like I said. These are cool-ass magazines. They're amazing. And, like, yeah, they're advertisement paid. That's what's funding them. But look at these advertisements. This is all music, instruments, or, bands advertising local shows. This is cool. The bands, we used to do that. I would do that. Although I'm not in this issue, but I am in Band Magazine and in one of those local band ads. I'm curious which issue. I'm just going to go through them. Yes, Tor. This is the only one that is Tor. Everything else I have is mint condition. But I just really wanted to do a Band Magazine with the Spinal Tap on the cover. And there you go. And that is the Hollywood Rock City show. Thank you so much for watching that, because I know if you watch that, you're probably in that or were a part of that scene and would rather look at this kind of news than current news, because this was fun trip. And there you go. Stay tuned for more.